Hi, I'm Scan users. So this time we're gonna show you how to download, install, and activate the Geomagic Essentials. You can see here we already have an instruction, but I will put it in a video so you guys can understand it more clearly and straightforward. And yeah, I will put this link in the description below so you guys can check it out. So here for the first step, we need to obtain the activation code. After you purchase our red bundle, we will give you this link, and from here it will lead you to this page. You fill all the information and submit. So after like 1 or 2 work days, you will get an email back with the code, and then you need to download the Geomagic Essential here, or you can just type in inscat.com and you go to support and download, and in the menu, the bottom of the menu, and yeah, again fill your information and submit, then you can start download. For the sake of saving time, we already have one here. Sorry. Yeah, so we're gonna show you from this step. The installation is rather simple. You just choose the language and let everything work on its own. And here we finish installation. As you can see, we already have a shortcut here. Let's get into the software. And here he will ask us the activation code. Just type in the activation code. And click activate. And he will ask you to upload a file from this path to this website. One thing I need to mention is actually that this program data, this folder is actually hidden by default in the Windows, so you might not be able to find it when you just straight up open the folder. We recommend you just click in it, and you have the activation file here. Copy and to this. Yeah, you will ask you to type in the information again. And it will send another email to your email address. Just in a few seconds. Yeah, here. And click here. It'll give you this activation tool. And done. You are able to get into Geomagic Essential now. Yeah, and you can check the license here. See, the license is here. So that's pretty much all of it. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. And today we're gonna go through the Geomagic Essentials. According to the survey that we made before this webinar, and I got the idea that most of our users doesn't have the experience of the Geomagic Essentials. So in this webinar, we will basically cover the fundamental functions of the Geomagic Essentials. And my goal is to make sure that you're able to get ready with Geomagic Essentials. You know which function, how to use each function, and how to operate it. Okay, so Geomagic Essentials is a powerful tool, and it's usually used in reverse engineering. It's kind of a bridge between the scan data to CAD software, and you can do some modifications, 3D model, and draw some reference. Yeah, export to the CAD software so you can do more. So before the webinar, I'd like to introduce that the 3D System has released a new version of Geomagic Essentials, which is v2.0.2.3001. They released it on August 11th, and so there is no new feature launching, but just some agreement updating. So customers who have activated and running the old version of Essentials, like 2.0.1 or earlier, can continue to run it even after August 11th. And customer cannot reactivate the old version, like 2.0.1 or earlier. And if you are new, you're a new guy that using Geomagic Essentials, you must use the latest one and reactivate the new Essentials version, which is 2.0.2.3001. I'm going to talk about the three main functions of the Geomagic Essentials, which is the point cloud process and the mesh data process. And the third part would be export to solid edge, also like some CAD software. Okay, the first part. Yeah, the technology. Okay, so point cloud process. So basically, the Geomagic Essentials provide a bunch of functions of modification of the point cloud. Also, we will start from the data input options. We have a lot of format that are supported by the Geomagic Essentials. Like we usually go for the STL or OBJ or PLY. And after you importing the scan model, so I think the point cloud format should be ASC, right? So after you import it, you can do data sample and repair the point cloud. So data sample basically means you can reduce the number of the points or increase the number of the points. And the repair, just like what we have provided in our XScan software. You can reduce the noise, shading, feed by distance, and you can also delete some part of the floating parts, like something like this. And also after that, you're able to do multiple data registration. It's kind of like the function which we provide in our XScan software, the align function. So like you have two model of the you have two section of the model, and you can pick like 3 points and manually do the alignment. In Geomagic Essentials, we call it manual registration, and auto global registration is done by the software automatically. So let's show you how to do it. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right? So I'm gonna import 2-point cloud, which is the true back and front part of the bicycle pedal. Okay, after you import it, the software will ask you to specify the units of the data. I will go with the millimeters. And here, that's the function, manual registration or global registration. So here we can go with the endpoint registration, and we have the true window preview of each section. And we pick like 3 dots. Okay, should be on this side. And the second part. Okay, and we will go more. So I think it's on this side. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh, I think sorry, I picked the round dots. Okay, here, and here, and here. Okay, so this one looks much better. And then we go with the registrator button, and the software will calculate it automatically. Generally, Geomagic Essentials provide a very powerful tool. So yeah, it has been aligned to the 2 sections. Okay, and we come with okay. See, so this is so these 2 sections has been aligned. So after you do the registration, the 4th part will be the wrap. So it's same to a mesh, which can mesh the point cloud and export the STL mesh data process. Okay, after you import the 3D model, STL or OBJ, so you will find like there is a toolbar on the top of the software, on the top of the window. And so first we will come with the selection tool. This is a basic function. I would say it is a basic function of all the further steps. So you need to know like how to select the part that you really want, and then you are able to modify the data in the further part, right? So we will switch to the screen, share screen. Okay. I will open another model. Oh, by the way, I provide a download button on the webinar, and you can download all the files we use today. So here it is. It's a model, and selection tool is here. You can like select by curvatures or select the boundaries. Maybe I can show you how to select by the curvatures. Okay, like if I click the select by curvatures and you have a sensitivity, you can adjust the sensitivity, and the software will automatically select some edge of this model. So the red part is being selected and the blue part is hasn't been selected. All right, and also you can go with the select boundary. So here, so this boundary has been detected, and you can just click it. Also, you can do some expand function, so expand the area that are being selected. Okay, and if you click apply, then this part will be like selected. Okay. Also, if you want to unselect it, you can press the control function button and hold it and use the lasso tool, which you can activate it by left click your left mouse button. So it's being unselected. So components, it will select the part. Like here, if I select some part of this model and click the select boundary, select all and apply. See, some boundary has been selected. Also, select components. I just selected some area and you click the select the components, boundary components, and it will select all, because all the parts, all the triangles are connected in this model. But what if we cut some part out, like here? Okay, and we select some part of this small parts and select the components. Okay, so yeah, so here it is only this small part being selected. So this is some very useful if you are going to select some part that's not connected to the main part. Also, you can go with select edge length, area, volume, crease angle. Yeah, so this model will be much suitable to demonstrate this function. You can go with select the length or area, volume, so or crease angle. I will show you the crease angle. So you can adjust the angle here if you, and also you can reduce it, like maybe like 5 degree, and so yeah. So select by crease angle, there is also a shortcut on the left side. So here we have a toolbar. So the above 6 function is the view tool, and the rest will be the select function tool. And here, yes, it's the crease angle selection tool. So when you click this, and like here, you click the left mouse button and drag up. So some part of the area that has the same or the crease angle that in the tolerance will be selected. If you drag more, then the crease angle will be increased, and drag below, the crease angle will degrade. So this function is very useful when you select some like a sphere here. We don't know, maybe we don't have a if you are going to use a lasso tool or some other selection tools, you are not able to select this sphere specifically. So you can go with this crease angle tool and just drag it. So here, yeah. So the sphere has been selected. And also we have the expand and shrink function here. Just increase the select area or decrease the select area. There is the shrink once or shrink multiple times, and expand once or multiple times. So the default setting of expand multiple times is just to do 5 times of expand once. Okay. And also, so here is the important part, which is very useful, is the mode selection. Here is the tool, here is the mode. So here, like I have selected the lasso tool, right? And so this is a combination. You choose the tool and you choose the mode. So it has several combinations. I'll go with the untick the select back face. So this is the front face of the mesh, and the yellow part will be the back face, right? So if you untick the select back face and use the lasso tool or any other tools, and the select mode will be select visible only. And okay, then you will find only this part has been selected. And if I do this, only the visible part the front part has been selected. The yellow part will not be selected. But if you take the select back face, and we will do it again. Okay, yeah. So the software will select the front part, the front face, and the back face. So the select back face function is very useful if you are going to do some combination with the selection mode, which is select through. Here, I just unselect all of this. Okay, if you need to choose the selection tool. Okay, if you not take the select back face and you choose the select through. So this function is just same like select visible, right? It's not select this part. So the select through function should select the data that on this part, also this part. But if you haven't ticked the select back face, so it's just a function like select visible. So after you select the back face and use the select through, see, all the parts that has been selected on this model. So this function is also very useful when you're doing the defeature. I will tell you in the few minutes later. And select angle is just like select the crazy angle is. All right. Also, we have provide some custom region tool. So you need to draw some points, and all the points will be connected. Okay, and then you do right-click the right mouse button, and this part has been selected. So the basic principle would be you choose tool and choose the mode. So what I usually use the lasso tool and choose visible only or choose the through and tick the select back face. With these combinations, I think that will be you can handle most of the cases. All right, and after you have learned how to use the selection tool, and then we are able to do with some mesh data process. After you import this model, we will usually run the mesh doctor, and then you will find some of the failure of this model has been detected by the software automatically, like some specs or self intersections. So mesh doctor can do a general repair. Okay. And after this, so this is a decimate function. It's just the simplification function that we provided in our XScan software. So it will reduce the number of the triangles of this model and and we'll keep the details. And then we'll go with the train function. Here we have some, so this tool, something like the cutting plate tool that we provide in our XScan software. So you use a plane, and then you can select the part of some part of this model and you can trim it, which means you can take the rest part of it. And here I can simply show you how to choose a plan. So here you can define the plan with a line, and then, okay, here is a plan has been intersect, and then, okay, the bottom part will be selected and the upper part will keep remain. And you can delete the selection, which means after you click the delete selection, which means this red part will be deleted, or you can reverse the selection like this. So yeah, it just depends on what you want to select it or delete of this model. And also Geomagic Essentials provide several define functions of how to define a plan, like use the 3-point. Yes, just simply click 3 function on the 3. Click like 3 places of this model, and then the software will automatically align a plan. Okay, and the manifolder. Okay, this function, so I would say it's just like delete the floating parts. Some floating parts has already been deleted when you do the mesh doctor, and I will manually create a floating part here. Okay, so this is the part that we don't want, and we can run it. We can delete it by running the manifolder function, like this. So yeah, so the floating part has been deleted. This is the manifolder, and then I'll introduce you the feature. Okay, like I said, when you're doing the feature, when you do the feature, the selection tool is very important. Like here, if I use select visible only and select a back face, and like this part is some part that we don't want, right? So if we only choose the select visible only, like this, you will find like some part of the area hasn't been selected. In this case, if you run the feature, the software will warn you that some regions could not be defeatured. And you click OK, you find it still exists. So in this situation, we should choose the selection mode, the select the through function, and then select this area. So the difference is all the parts has been selected of this area, and then you run the feature like this. Okay. So the floating parts, that is not a floating part. That's some parts that connected to the main part. But if we don't have the defeature function, it's really hard for us to delete some part like this, because we need to select the triangles one by one. It's not an easy work, but the feature is a very powerful function. Like sometimes I would call it just a magical function. It's not only to delete some part like this, it can also fill the holes. Like here, we have 3 holes, and some holes is also kind of a feature of the scan model, and you select it. Also run the feature, the holes will be filled. But the difference between fill holes by using the feature or fill holes here is some area like this. We have some curvatures. Fill holes function will process much better. Also, the feature can provide result something just like smooth. So in this part, this area, the scan data not looks much better is not smooth, right? So we can run quick smooth. Also, we can do the feature, like we select this area and run the feature. Okay, it has been selected. The data has been smoothed. So sometimes I just found this feature function is very useful when you're doing reverse engineering, and it can achieve the results. Sometimes like smooth is much better than quick smooth. So like we run the quick smooth. Okay, we will also find maybe the scan data also still have some noise, right? You can check the difference between we use the feature or use a quick smooth. Okay, and I'll quickly go with the feature this part. I'll quickly go with the remesh function. So remesh function is provide remesh, refine, rewrap, and repair normals and flip normals. Okay, for a 3D model, remesh, so all the triangles will be recalculated, and the refine is the increase the number of the triangles or polygons. So the details sometimes will be improved. So rewrap is recreate the polygon mesh. Like I select this area and rewrap. So it will only remesh the selected portion. And the repair normals. Okay, as we all know that 3D scan models have the parts, some triangles have the normal vector, right? So I can show you the difference. So basically, like this part, you see the difference. Here is yellow and here is blue. So means we don't see yellow part on this side, right? So means all the normal functions, all the normal vectors are like directed to the same direction. And I will try to flip some apply. Oh, see, the normal vector has been inverted. Also, sometimes maybe you will find you find some yellow parts on this side. That means the normal vector of this part is incorrect. So you can run the repair normal function. Okay, reduce noise. Something like the quick smooth. It will reduce the noise of the surface. You have several parameters to adjust with, and run the apply. We can go with the aggressive, and choose a smooth level. Maybe like I will show you the difference. So I will go with max and choose apply. Okay. See, the noise has been fixed. You see the smooth surface, right? Also, quick smooth, I just show you is the global smooth function that will reduce some spikes or the noise. So just like that. The sandpaper. So sandpaper is something like its selection tool is a brush. So I will zoom in, and you just click and hold the left mouse button, and you find a circle. It's kind of like a brush, and you drag on the surface. So this part will be smooth, or the noise has been deleted, has been fixed. So this function is very helpful when you're doing when you need to smooth the area that is very small, or it hasn't been fixed by running the reduce noise or quick smooth. Then you can go with the sandpaper and to reduce the noise on that area manually. Yes, we just go with the mesh doctor, mesh folder, the feature, and some remesh function. Also, we have talk about the smooth function. Okay, I will go with the field holes function. Right now, I can introduce you the field hole functions. So Geomagic Essentials provide a section here, field hole sections here. Field all, the software will try to close all the holes automatically. This is a global function, and also we can do it manually by click field single, and also it provides curvature, tangent, and flight like the XScan software provides. It depends on the surface, like maybe this part is have a little bit of curvature, and we can go with the tangent. And some area maybe it's a flat surface. There is a hole on a flat surface. Then we can go with the flat. And also some area like here is this part, then we can go with the curvature. So I'm come go with the very interesting and very powerful tool of this part. Complete. So like I would say this is the three modes of field hole filling function, which is complete, partial, and the bridge. So here is the filling techniques, which Geomagic call it filling techniques, and here we call it fill modes. So the difference between complete, partial, and the bridge is complete will fill the holes, close the boundary. So some holes like this you can do with the fill the complete hole, and then the partial means fills between two select points and include the boundary like this. Okay, so if you choose like the complete mode like this, all the holes will be filled like this, right? But obviously this part should remain empty, and then we only need to fill this area like the edge. We just need to fill this edge. So we can go with the partial function, and then we select some part like this. So only this part has been filled. Right. So this tool is very useful. Right? So difference between complete and partial is partial will only fill the area that we have created like 2 points, and only we can select this side or this side being filled. So which we called fill between two selected points and the include boundary. And the bridge function. So if we choose like fill a whole or fill partial, sometimes we cannot achieve whole filling by fill complete or fill partial in some area like this. If you choose the complete, maybe like all the parts will be filled, but sometimes, so apparently we need some edge. So the edge on these two sides, right? So we can run with the bridge. We can create a bridge between these two and then fill the holes accordingly, which will make the results much fit the real object like this. We create a bridge here, and also we can create a bridge on this side. Okay, and then we can run with the complete hole filling function like this. Also, maybe we can create a bridge here. So this would be much fit the real object. This tool is very powerful and very useful when you are going to fill some holes like this, because 3D scanners maybe sometimes it's not able to select the area to scan the area like this. So it's on the back side. It's not visible, right? So the scanner cannot get the scan data of this part, and we need to use the fill hole function. And we'd like to achieve the whole filling like much better and fit the real object well better, so we can use the bridge partial this tool to create something, to create the model, to create the whole feeling. Okay, and then we will go with the shell function. So shell function should be very useful when if you are doing 3D printing. Like it can provide a level of thickness for your polygon model by uh, duplicating and offsetting a mesh in either a single direction or in two direction. So this is a model, maybe like I'd like to 3D print this part, right? But I can't print it as a whole because this will be too much weight. The 3D scanner or the 3D printer cannot handle it. So we will do some shell. First, I'll delete this part to make it as not a closed model. I will turn it to a open model like this. So here we have a simple layer of this model. And if we want to do some 3D printing, then we should go with the shell function. And the Geomagic Essentials provide shell and secant. So the difference between shell and secant is shell is a one direction. It can create a one direction thickness, and the secant it will create two directions thickness. Okay, I will go with the one direction thickness. Okay, so you will see a uniform, and there are some settings, which one is uniform and another one is smooth. So uniform is generate a new vertex position by moving the existing verticals in their normal directions. And here, you can change the directions here. They have two like arrow here. So when this setting is used, and you can click preserve the mesh, so the mesh will be remain. And so after you take the preserve mesh, you can it will help you to reduce the size of the interior triangles. So that's the preserving the original mesh on the interior surface. Otherwise, if you haven't like unselect the preserve mesh, the triangles on the interior are reduced in numbers. Also, the smooth is optimize the triangulations of the new surface to minimize distortion. Like the model we have here, I will go with the smooth. So like this part, all the like the fingers, they have some intersections, right? If I choose uniform, then there will be a lot of distortions in the section part here. But I can show you like this. Simply show you like this. I go with like 3 millimeters. Oh, this one looks much better. Okay, I can feel here. So you can find some distortions in the intersection part. So I would recommend if you are going to print a mechanical object, you can go with the uniform. And if you are going to 3D printing some part like this, or some objects that have really very complex features, you can go with the smooth. Then you are able to do the 3D printing. And then the next function we will go with, we will continue with is the mirror function. Also, in the XScan software, we also provide the mirror function, the XScan HX1 V1.3 or XScan Pro V3.7. We provide the mirror function. But the Geomagic Essentials provide something more, which is here. So the operation is kind of simple. Just you can, okay. So the basic rule is I'll go with the line definition and then just simply draw a line here and then apply. Okay, so mirror function has been achieved. So another like symmetric model has been created. Also, in the XScan software, like XScan HX V1.3 or XScan Pro V3.7 or later, we can also do a mirror function, but Geomagic Essentials can do more, which is it can align two parts, align the original one and with the mirror. So we need to like create duplicate the original one and then use the mirror function to get the symmetric part of the copy one. And yeah, here you go. Then you just choose the scan section and select manual registration and use the endpoint registration, pick up 3 points and do the manual alignment. Okay, something like this. And go with the registrator. And okay, yeah. So this two model has been aligned. Why I mention this is this function is very useful when you're going to scan something symmetric. So you only need to scan like one side of the object. Like you're going to scan a car. We all know that a car is symmetric, right? So you can scan like one side of the car and use the duplicate the scan model and run the mirror function and then align it. Then you have the whole car. So I think this is the meaning why I mentioned the combination with the mirror function and align function, which in Geomagic Essentials is the manual registration or global registration. So this function is very useful. Then we will go with the third part is the export to the solid edge. So it's the basic principle of this. The third part is you can create some features or create some reference of the 3D model, and then you transfer it to some like polygons or some lines we can use in the CAD software. Then we can do the reverse engineering, right? So the first part is very useful function is the outer surface function. Sometimes like objects like this or some mechanical objects, you can like simply run the auto surface function and the software will create all the patch automatically, and then you save it as a IGS or any CAD format. So you can import it to a CAD software and do the rest part of the reverse engineering, right? So okay, yeah. So here, this is kind of like a mechanical parts, and we will just go with the auto surfacing, right? It's in the model and auto surface section, and I just click the start auto surface, and then so you can do it one by one. First is start auto surfacing, and then auto surface, and then also you can do convert to polygons. Sometimes I just do auto surface and just export to CAD software. Okay, run it, auto surface, and then, so I think here I define it as a mechanical part. So I go with the mechanical. And sometimes you have a model that is have a lot of features. I will show you one later. Then I will go with the organic. So the difference between mechanical and organic is when you choose it is a mechanical type, the software will try to detect some mechanical parts, so it can detect the features. So maybe it's a cylinder or maybe it's a cone, something like that. So it will create a patch that which is more feasible to the original objects. Okay, now I will go with the mechanical and then click apply. Okay, and so when the model is turning the color like this, means outer surface is done. And okay, so here we are not able to see the patches, right? So, but after you do the auto surface, actually you can like generally export it as a IGS file, and if you open it with a CAD software, you will see the edges of the patch. You can see all the lines, but how you can check the patch in Geomagic Essentials is you can click the convert to polygon and choose convert to curves and click OK. Here, you can see all the lines drawn by the software automatically. This what we call a patch. This model has been like divided into several patches, and so this line is very helpful when you export to the solid edge software and do the reverse engineering, right? Okay, and now I remember some of like audience, we did a survey before this webinar, right? So some of the audience said he'd like to modify the patch, which in this model is kind of perfect. I will go with another model, a wood carving model. Yeah, so apparently for this model, I'm not choose it as a mechanical part. Obviously, when I choose a model, start surfacing, and auto surface, I will define it as an organic type, right? Then click apply. But also you can achieve it like sometimes it's a mechanical part, maybe it's a flat surface and it has been divided into like several patches. Obviously, you want it as a simple surface, right? So you can. I just show you now. Okay, like you can use the draw curve function to delete some lines and make sure there is only one patch. So okay, here I convert it to curves like this. So it has been divided into a lot of patches like this. But maybe some area we will say like here, it's not that good. And we need to do some modifications. Okay, then we go with the model. And here, project curves, we use the draw function. It has a draw, extra lines. Also, you can relax some lines and split or merge. So first thing first is how to delete some lines. Is you press and hold the control button, and the left click the left mouse button. Then here the line has been eliminated, right? So I think this would answer your question is simply or strand the edges. So make sure the patchwork is more simple. I think you can achieve this goal by using the draw function. Yeah. So it's the press and hold the control button and then click the left mouse button. Okay. And draw is very simple. Like I can draw some lines here like this, right? And extract the lines automatically. Like here, it will fit the surface. As the software will create a line that fits the surface, fits the curvature, something like this. Also, relax means okay. I see here this part is not very smooth, and I can go with the relax, and you will see a circle and a parallel line of your mouse if you put your cursor on a line. Then you just click it. The software will like change the tangent of these lines. Okay, and a split merge is something if you click, yeah, make sure it's the, so click and the split and merge function is make sure that it can change the connection method of two lines. It's connect it like it's by the curvature, or it's just connect like a simple spline SP line. Okay, so split is like so split and merge function is you click this icon, and then like maybe I need to adjust these two lines. So you click the connection point and then drag the line. So put your cursor on one of the lines and hold the left mouse button and drag to another line. It will change. It will change the way that how they connected, like this. Right? So I will show you again. Click the connection point and then put your cursor on one of these lines and then drag to another line. And then we will go with the detect features, detect occurred features, and curves. So as I mentioned, sometimes you need to create some features like mechanical parts. They have like cylinders or rectangular, something like this, or a cone or a sphere. And then you can just simply run the detect features, or you can draw it by yourself. Like here, this is a mechanical part, right? We have some cylinders, cone, sphere, and then we use the detect features. You can change the sensitivity, all the parameters you can change it with. Oh, I also I need to provide a point is that Geomagic Essentials provide a very detailed user menu. You can just press the F1 button and it will pop up. It has all the definitions of all the functions and how to use it. It's very helpful when you're doing like, sometimes you're not very familiar with the specific function. Just put your cursor on that function and press F1 here. Auto surface, straight auto surfacing, very helpful. Okay, I will go with the detect features, and then you can change the sensitivity, and I will just use the default and computer regions. This function is also very powerful. Okay, so it has the region has been computed, and then we will extract all the features here. Right? It has detected all the plane and sphere, cone, cylinder, like this. Also, you can draw it manually. Here, line have several points, several methods to draw a line. Simply 2 points. It's a okay. I will just go with like 2 points. So put 1 point here, another one here, and choose apply. A line has been created. Also a circle, you can draw by applying a point. Right? And our slot, rectangular slot, a point. So you can draw it manually. Also here, a sphere, you can do best fit, something like this. Like you use a brush tool to paint some area of the sphere and then create, oh, it's not good. Okay, cancel, I think maybe I use the create angle tool will be much helpful to do the sphere best fit. Okay, here, the sphere has been selected and run the best fit. Apply right. This one is much more better. Like cone is also similar. Cone, best fit, you can do it best fit, cylinder, torus, plane. Plane, you have several way to create the plane, best fit, or use like 2-axis average or 3 point. Like you just simply choose 3 point on a surface, on the plane, on a surface, and a plane has been created. Okay. And another thing I would like to mention is the tool that we use to do some reverse engineering, like a vase or some shape like a ladder, something like this. So we need the section lines. Here in Geomagic Essentials, it also provides a free curve function. There is a pre-section function, very useful. It will create. It can create like one sections or several sections. Just adjust the parameters here. So the basic principle is also you need to define a plane and then change the parameters of how many sections you want, and then choose apply. Like I just simply go with the line, define a plane with a line here. Okay, and then maybe we go with the 7 sections here. 7 sections. So also, you can change the offset and the spacing of each section like this. Okay. So after you click apply here, the section lines has been created. right? So I will hide the original model. Here you have all the section lines. So this function is why I mentioned it is important is the U. If you are going to reverse engineering something, something is like symmetric, or something is like axis symmetric, like a round shape, the vase, or a ladder. You need apparently you need to get the section line of his shape. So you have generated the section lines, and when you export it to Solid Edge provide a function in reverse engineering some section, which is the blue surface. And that function will connect the two lines with a surface. So like here, like we have all these section lines, and I export to the Solid Edge and use the blue surface function. So I will have a model. Actually, I will have a model. Since all this, like uh, this between these two section lines, there will have a surface being connected with this section lines will be connected with the surface. All right. Yeah, we have mentioned this. Here is the section form created by section. You can practice by yourself, or it's useful when you are having some model that is symmetric or axisymmetric, something like this. You can like cut the object to very several parts. You can set the sections to like 100 or 200. The more you set, the more the more feasible how feasible the object would be created if you use the reverse engineering, right? Okay, and then we will choose the align to world. Like sometimes we will go with coordinate alignment. So after you're doing all the mesh editing, you have create the features, and one more thing you need to do is you'd like to align the model to the world coordinates. So this will help you to do reverse engineering. Uh, how to do it? Okay. The principle is align the XY or XZ plane or X axis, Y axis to the features you have already created. Okay, we change it back to the software. So this is something not mechanical, right? After I export it to the Solid Edge, I'd like to fit the model to the world coordinates and make sure something like this. So how to do it is apparently we need to have a plane. We need to draw a plane. So I choose best fit and okay, select this part and apply. All right, so this plane has been created. Also, you can change. So the plane has a direction, has a normal vector. This is a normal vector. Now it's point to the bottom side. I'd like it point it to the upper side, like this side. So I find the plane here as a model manager, and then editor features. Okay, so this is the X function. This is the here, you have the coordinates. So this is the X direction. We just choose the direction to positive. Oh, Oh, it's not right. All right, all right. Should go with the. Here is, yeah. Here you choose it to change it to positive. Then the normal vector will point the upside. Okay, so this is we have already we need to create a line because we'd like to maybe we'd like to use we want the y-axis directed to this direction. So we create a line. Just simply use the two lines like this. Okay, apply here. A line has been created. Okay, and then we have the button plane and a direction can determine one axis. We also need another plane to define to fix the freedom degree of freedom, right? So I will go with the perpendicular to the axis. Okay, I will choose the line 1 here, apply here. So this plane will fit to the coordinates here. We want to put it to the model. So one way to do is apparently we want something that this plane can go through with one point. So here we can set the point, right? Okay, so I just put okay, and then I create a point here. Just simply do it. Okay, there is a point. And then I choose a plane to, oh, I should choose the point 1 and editor features have the position. I copy the position and then go to the plane 2 editing surface, change the center to this point. Okay, here, this plane has been moved to the object. Then we do align toward. Okay, I want the XY plane to fit the plane 1, create a pair, and the XZ plane can pair to the plane 2. Okay, and then the x-axis pair to the line 1. Okay, yeah, so basic principle of the align toward is you need to have some features. And then you just use the pair function, like pair some surface. Also, after this, we can export our model to a CAD software. So just simply go with the save as function. Here, you print the 3D system icon and save as. So you can save it as IGS, or in other model, you can also save it as something like STP model or a step model. That's the SolidWorks format, and also the IGS model. That's the CAD software. So you're doing the save as. I recommend to export it as a single file. So when you take this, all the features and lines you have drawn or created by auto surfacing will be saved in one IGS file, and you just open it with SolidWorks. You have several. You have the layout of all the features and how. This is very simple. Don't forget to tick this part.